Hello, 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 everyone. Welcome back to the Pretty Rich Teacher podcast. I'm so excited to chat with you all today. We have a special guest, and I cannot wait for y'all to meet her. This episode is going to be a transformational one. I'm really going to be talking to the young teachers, the one who like, oh, I don't think I have enough experience. I've only been teaching for 3, 4, 5 years. I don't know about customer success. I don't know when we all those things. We're gonna show you how Jada took all that and ran with it and is sitting pretty in her new job. So Jada, say hi to the people.
Hey everybody, how y'all doing?
Yes. All right. So tell us a little bit about yourself. How long were you teaching? And let's just start off like what made you want to leave the classroom as someone who, again, I call the veteran teachers call anybody who's under 3 to 5 years, y'all are still babies. So tell us
Yeah.
after five, like tell us your story of why you left education. Why do you want to leave?
Okay, so I started my journey as a teacher a COVID year 2020 when everything hit the fan. So that's when I started. Um, I knew my first year, even though COVID year was very chill for
Mhm.
me. You kind of it was like everybody was, kind of on edge with everything.
Yeah.
I enjoyed teaching. I enjoyed my first year, but that first year told me that I was not going to be the 10, 20, 30-year type teacher. I
Mhm.
knew that from the first year. When I got to my 3rd year teaching, that was the worst year ever. And
Mm.
so originally, I was telling myself, I know I'm not going to be this 10, 20-year teacher, but I'm going to give myself 5 years. And
Mhm.
then I'm going to check in with myself, see if I want to pivot, what I want to pivot to. Year 3, I was like, "Oh, I need to be gone by year 5. I need to be out by year 5." So, I decided to get my master's. I think that's what a lot of teachers do.
Mhm.
Like, "Okay, what can I do? Let me get this master's and see what I could do with this master's." I finished my master's by year 4,
Mhm.
and I got a literal $50 increase.
Mm.
And that just
So then how much did you get?
as far as my
No,
raise.
how much was it? You said $50?
Oh, $50, yeah, literally $50. I spent 2.5 years on my master's, and I'm thinking, "This is my freedom. This is my promised land. If I get this master's," I'm looking at the salary schedule, I'm like, "Oh, it's a raise there," and I kid you not, Jasmine, I laughed. When I saw my first check after I got my master's, I laughed
Oh my
because I was
god.
like, "Okay." And that just set it in for me even more. So now I'm in year 4. I know I need to be gone by year 5. And so now I feel like a lot of teachers can relate to this. I just hopped on Google. What can I do as a teacher? What are jobs outside of the classroom? I got on Google jobs, like, kind of just experimenting, but I wasn't really going anywhere. So I'm just like,
Mhm.
okay, I need to get a little bit more serious about this. And so I'm a TikToker down. I love TikTok. So I'm on TikTok and you have all these transition experts and everyone's like, "Oh, I can help you. Oh, we can do this." And I came across Jasmine's page. And so I just like stalked her page for like 3 months. Like she's always going live, always she has a little board up and writing and mapping out everything. So I'm like, okay, and so I still continue to try to do it on my own, but I still was not getting anywhere. And so I saw that Jasmine offered consultations and like I'm going into year 5, why not? I'm just
Mhm.
gonna give it a chance. The consultation is free. So I'm not losing anything just to talk
Mhm.
and see, what's going on, what my options could be. And so I gave the consultation a chance. We chatted and what really sealed the deal for me to start the process with you was the honesty. Like, I feel like you made it clear that, hey, you want to transition, you can do it, you have the skills, but it's going to be hard work. It's not going to be easy. I'm not going to wave a magic wand over you and you have your dream job in ed tech. And I just really appreciated the genuine vibe and just really authentic. And I felt like I was going to be taken care of and I could trust you. And
Yeah.
so that's what really pushed me to the edge, like, I'm gonna invest in myself. And at first, I was like, I feel so ridiculous not being able to do this on my own. Like, I'm a high achiever. I'm,
Mm.
I'm literally, this is what I'm gonna do. But like, you know what? I took that chance, and I do not regret it at all.
Yes, that's so exciting. So tell me, what was your thought process? 'Cause I also know, like, just even what you said, you did your master's, you get that $50 increase. You're like, okay, I don't want to pay no, I already paid for a master. So what made you make the difference? That's a good thing, a good thing. A lot of teachers hang up on, oh, I already paid for my master's. I don't want to pay for nothing.
Yes.
What was your thought process that made you say, hey, well, I'm make this work?
Yeah. But, like, my thought process was like, "Okay, I have this master's. I'm looking for jobs in this, but I don't even know if I actually want to do it because it just sounds like teaching 2.0. So I need another shift that is out of the classroom. I still wanna make a difference in education, but I
Mhm.
just don't know what that looks like." And so I did the work on my own. What really, I guess, pushed me to the edge was like, I've been doing this work on my own. I'm not getting anywhere. It's
Mm,
okay to seek out help. It's okay to
right.
seek out mentorship from someone that has done this. Like
Mhm.
they've done this before. What's wrong with, kind of getting that guidance? Because this is
Right.
where I want to be. If I don't want to reinvent the wheel if I don't have to.
Yeah.
Like,
What were some of the things that you were doing? Like, what did it look like to try on your own?
to try on my own, literally articles. I would literally be on Reddit. I would
Mm,
literally be like, okay, what are teachers doing that transition? Google Jobs. I was not looking on LinkedIn or any of the other job sites. Google Jobs. Like literally looking up things. And so
mhm,
I would see that and be like, I feel like I'm not getting anywhere. And it would really make me feel kind of resentful towards myself because it's like, okay, I'm feeling stuck. I want to leave the classroom, but I don't know what to do. And even though I'm seeing people are doing this, like it's a real thing, and I'm seeing the articles, this information has to come from somewhere. I'm not seeing the fruits of my labor. I need something a little bit more aggressive. I
mhm,
need guidance. I'm good with planning and goals. Like that's me. So
mhm.
I need that. But I don't know. I haven't done this, so I don't know how to do it for myself.
Right, right. Okay, so let's talk about ed tech customer success. So what made you want to say, okay, I want to do ed tech, I want to do customer success? I know you touched on it a little bit of you still want to make a difference, but like what drew you to wanting to do customer success?
What it sounded like, it's gonna sound crazy because I love teaching. I
Mhm,
even leaving my job, I loved my job, but I didn't want teaching 2.0. And like when I say teaching 2.0, you're still like, doing professional development, things of that nature. Customer success sounded like, okay, I'm playing more of a background role
mhm,
in education. I'm still making a difference. And then what really just sealed the deal for me, like my little golden star was, oh, like you have remote jobs that are available. You have hybrid jobs that are available. So you don't have to clock in every single day, go somewhere
mhm,
every single day. It
mhm.
just seems like I said, the promised land. It just seems really
Yes,
chill, but I'm still making a difference. Like just all of the positives of education just kind of combined.
yes. Okay, so and it's funny that you mentioned the magic wand. I literally recorded a podcast before that, and I literally pulled out my magic wand. I was like, y'all are expecting that magic wand? So it's just funny that you said that. And I probably said it over. Okay. So another thing I want to talk about is let's talk about the work. 'Cause I remember saying, I told you it's work.
Mhm.
Talk about what that hard work looks like. And because I want to fast forward and we'll get to that, y'all. But Jada had a story for your behind of how she got her job offer, but it came from her doing work.
Mhm.
So talk about that work. Yeah, talk about that work.
Yeah, so I know I mentioned it already, but I am an overachiever. So, Jasmine definitely invested. We did our one-on-ones. I was attending the group calls, active in the community, doing everything that she told me to do. I'm on it. I'm finishing it within the week. And I'm like, what's next? What's next? I'm on it. But I think it went beyond what was assigned to me. Like you guys, I was so hungry for this. I went above and beyond. Like when I tell you, one of the first things I did, and I was very flexible. So whenever I started applying for jobs and I used my regular email, I realized I was trying to sift through everything, all the spam and everything in my email to try to find this application or
Mhm.
find this job offer or job, interview. And so I created another email
Mm,
strictly for jobs,
I like that.
interviews. Everything that I applied for, it was just there in that separate email.
Ooh.
And I still use that email to this day. It's my business email now.
Oh, I like that.
But
Every time I add that to the program, get a separate email. Okay.
yes,
Right. Okay, I like that.
yes,
All right.
it
And
makes so much
current
easier.
clients create a email address just for your applications.
Yeah. And it just created so much. I just throughout the interview, or sorry, not throughout the interview, throughout the process, I really wanted to kind of like whenever you started with the process with me, it was like reduce your burnout.
Mhm.
Even with the process of getting to this transition, my goal was to reduce burnout. So I
Mhm.
don't want to spend 5 to 10 minutes trying to find this application that I applied for and make
Mhm.
sure I submitted it because, like, you kinda get lost in the submissions, and so you're like, "Hey, I wanna make sure I submitted it." Having that separate email just made things so much easier, and I was able to just go there quickly, see, what they're saying,
Yep.
if, I'm getting redirected or if it's like, "Hey, I wanna interview you," I can see it quickly.
So you mentioned basically like one thing to reduce your burnout in the classroom, but you're like, I'm not gonna get burned out in this process either. So
Yes,
you're basically like, I'm gonna make this easier for myself.
yes, even down to when I am applying for jobs, I created a Google Sheets where every single job that I'm applying for,
Mhm.
in Google Sheets, you can make it like drop down menus. I mean,
Mhm.
I even made it that simple. Like,
Yep.
okay, this is the job description. This is the job I applied for. This is the salary. This is when I
Yep.
applied for the job. If they wanted to interview me, I'm even attaching the link to the interview sheet that I
Yeah.
completed. Like,
Yep.
everything I wanted to reduce burnout from all ends. It's already hard to transition and learn this information
Mhm.
and, kinda get hip to corporate world, but I really just went above and beyond to reduce that.
Got it. What about so that's good. So for some people who are like, I don't have that kind of time to be doing all that. What are your so how did you because you were still a classroom teacher, because a
Yes,
lot of people say, I don't have time, I'm in my classroom. How did you make this work? Because you're doing this as a classroom teacher, this process. So
yeah,
tell us a little bit about how you were able to manage it, like this process, and you still having a whole classroom.
yes, so it was really just planning. And even without planning, any extra time that I had, even if I'm on lunch, like the teachers were eating lunch in my classroom and I'm talking with them, but I'm on my computer looking up, like I'm on LinkedIn, like, okay, what y'all can I look for? Any extra time. And I think the timing for me was perfect because I started the process in February, but I took my time throughout the process. I didn't start applying for jobs until maybe April.
Mhm. Mhm.
And as teachers, we know that that's testing season.
Mhm.
So you're not allowed to have anything out when they're testing. So as I'm walking around the room, I'm going over interview questions in my head. I'm literally just running through everything. So it's like every single second that I had to spare,
Mm.
I'm dedicating it toward this process. And even just mentioning burnout, I'm not doing too much. If I feel like I'm getting burnt out with this transition and this process, I'm taking a break.
Mhm.
Like, even when they're testing, if it's a day where I'm just like, "Okay, I'm tired of hearing my voice in my head talking about these interviews, I'm tired, I'm just gonna walk around and sing a song, or I'm just gonna, vibe out today."
Yeah.
Like, I was trying to be as graceful as possible, but still be aggressive with the process.
Very self-aware is what
Yes,
I'm saying. Like, you were like, "Okay, let me see what's going on," and it's like you're just making it work versus, like and I'm not even saying that people make excuses, but, like, it is very easy
mhm.
to allow especially testing season or allow so many reasons, "Oh, I have this, I have that, I can't really do that," but you're like, "Nope, making this work. Y'all wanna get in my classroom? That's fine.
Yeah.
I'm I'm saying this work. I don't know about y'all, but I'm getting me a job." Okay, good, good, good. So talk about the portfolio, because this is a good one to hear from my current clients and people who are interested about it. Talk about your mindset or your thought process as you complete the portfolio. And if y'all don't know, the portfolio in my mentorship is essentially all the job duties that you're going to be doing in your new role. And Miss Jada's portfolio got her an interview, by
Mhm.
the way. Got her an interview from her one little video at my activity. So I have some people who are like, oh, it looks like too much work. I don't know if I really like
Mhm.
doing this a lot. So what was your thought process? And I know it's going to be the same thing. Okay, I'm getting this job, but like, walk us through, like, how you felt while you were completing it, like, what were your thoughts about the portfolio?
Yeah, and you said it's like, people are like, "It's too much work." It is too much work, like 100%. And it's okay. Like 2 things can be true at the same time. This is too much work, but I'm going to do this
Mhm,
because it's going to help. And so the mindset that I took doing it was like, okay, this is overwhelming. And when it gets overwhelming, I can stop. I don't have to push myself to do this portfolio. Like,
mhm,
kind of like what you were saying during the process, it's nice to have, you want to do it, it's nice to have. And so I kind of just took that pressure off, like, okay, this is nice to have. If I can get through this first part, because I'm applying for, implementation roles, if I can get this first part, I'm good. I can have something to show for it. And so even going into like, okay, I'm going to start applying for customer success jobs. Okay, I need to have this next part done. So
mhm,
I just took it bit by bit. And then I even cheated, use Chat GPT.
mhm,
Not
mhm,
to give you, the answers necessarily, because you still want to be able to do these things. You want these ideas to be original so you can talk about it
yeah,
during your interview. But if you're just like, okay, I have this idea to start implementation this way, can
mhm,
put in ChatGPT, organize it, and there
yep,
you go.
that's fine, yep,
And you can explain it as long as you can explain it and you can
exactly,
hit your own flair on it, then you are good. But it's like I'm saying, do not reinvent the wheel.
yes.
You don't have to do that.
No,
And
exactly.
so
I
yeah.
think people think that I'm against AI. I love my chat. I talk to chat every day. You can
Yes.
use it, but like I think the biggest thing you said, you have to be able to explain it. Because I
Mhm.
feel like what some people think is like they try to cheat the process as far as like, oh, I'm just gonna go and Google some questions. Like I'm
Mhm.
not gonna do anything. I'm just gonna wing it. Kind of like teaching interviews. Now
Mhm.
we're gonna talk about the interview piece next,
Yeah.
but like the interviewing versus your teacher interviews. Talk a little bit about the differences, and then we'll go into like what interviews entailed.
Okay. And we're talking about the teacher versus like
How yeah,
corporate.
teacher versus corporate interviewing. Like, tell us
Okay.
about that and why it was important that you were able to really actually know what you're talking about versus just having, like, a little prompt, like, because they're again, that when you use the word cheat, I feel like you can use things to help you, but, like, there is
Mhm.
no way to pretend like you know what a CSM does or your
Yes.
about that piece.
Yes, and I think that just comes down to being quick on your feet. So we know as teachers, you really have one interview, and they're gonna either like you to hire you or they're gonna say, you know what, thank you for your time. As I would say, whatever I remember from a teacher interview, because when I tell you that's why I was so nervous about this process, I got hired right out of college. So I literally had my first interview and I was hired off of that. So from what I remember from my teacher interview, um, I really just talked about what my impact would be. They were very understanding that I was coming out of college.
Mhm,
But it was very teacher based. I really didn't have to talk about my impact
mhm,
as much. I didn't have to provide numbers or I didn't have to say, oh, hey, I did this and it led to this. With corporate, that is what it is.
mhm,
What okay, we know that I've seen your resume, but talk about the real life example. Have this number. Y'all, one interview I had, this manager, she said, I'm seeing that, you raised implementation by 60%. Where'd you get that number from?
mhm,
I freaked out, but I was like, you know what? She doesn't know that I'm gonna be lying. I'm just gonna tell her something that sound good. So, I was like, "You know what?" What I did is at the beginning of the semester, we have 100% usage. It's a learning management system.
mhm.
So, I really took that original number and I compared it to the end of the semester, and that's where I got the percentage from. I made it up on the spot. And she was just like, "Yeah, that makes sense." I was just like, "Oh my god."
Yeah, but the thing is that is actually the answer. That is actually the answer.
I was like, I haven't this is not what I expected her to ask, but,
Mhm,
like, they get into the nitty-gritty, but it really depends because sometimes you have people that just want to have a conversation, they want to get to know you.
mhm,
Sometimes you won't even talk about your experience to the extent that you want to talk about. I was talking to Jasmine, I'm like, "I didn't get to say this bullet point in this bullet point." And it's like, they don't care about that, they want to know you, they want to see if you're personable. And if you're talking about impact, they want a little bit of that information. So corporate was a little bit now there's way more interviews. I
mhm,
will say that. I
mhm,
had 5 interviews
mm.
for my current
One
job.
company.
And so, you just had it's kind of more casual though, I felt like, because it's more conversational versus teaching is like, okay, are you gonna be good for the kids? Are you gonna
Right,
be able to do you know the content you're gonna be able to teach kinda
right,
thing?
right. So, couple things I wanna talk about. So, what you touched on, because again, I teach quantification, and a lot of people have never had to use numbers before, and there are people who are just throwing in numbers and they don't know what
Mhm.
they mean. So that's what I mean by, like, you at least had a moment where, like, okay, like, how would I get that number? Like,
Yeah,
you didn't really know what it meant to have an 100% adoption rate. You would be like, I
right.
don't know. I don't know. That then it's okay because there are two reasons why people ask questions like that. One, they genuinely want to know, like, how were you able to get that usage up? And two, they just want to know, okay, like, are you just throwing a number on this resume?
Mhm.
Like, what does that actually mean? But the right answer is always the right answer. Like, do you have the knowledge of that role or you don't?
Right.
That's one. And two, it is a personality hire. So even when they ask questions, they do want to see how you think on your feet because
Mhm.
you're going to be in front of people. So if they ask you a question and you're like, oh, I don't know, I'm kind of nervous. I'm kind of nervous. I don't know. I'm not about to pay you no money to be nervous in front of my clients. So it's twofold. So the root of it, though, was you knowing what you were talking about and practicing is what I'm hearing.
Mhm. Yeah, and even with interviews, being graceful with myself, if I'm saying, "That's a great question. Let me think about that." And not even let me like, take your time to answer. You don't have to have an on your feet answer for every single thing. And I think that just shows that you're very intentional with the information that you're going to deliver, and that just really shows a lot of initiative and trust where it's like, "Okay, I know she's not just going to say anything to a client. She's
Mm-hmm.
gonna think about what she's saying, and she's going to give me the best information that she can."
Right. So like they're really looking to see, do I want Jada on my team? Do I want
Mhm.
that's what they're doing. It's like it's all the things I think you mentioned. It's duality.
Mhm.
It's going to be a little bit grilling, but also they're trying to have
Mhm.
a personality conversation. It's gonna be okay. I need to know my stuff, but sometimes they're gonna say, okay, get rid of this resume. Tell me
Yeah.
about Jada. You know, like
Yeah.
tell me about yourself. So it is quick on your feet. Let's talk a little bit about the resiliency though, because we did not every interview did not turn into a happy smile. Y'all, everybody does it, but Jada was going through it.
Yes. Yes. First of all, I think I maybe put in like 80 or so applications for before I even heard anything back about
Mhm,
an interview.
mhm.
And so I got that first interview with that company and I made it 2 rounds.
So your first interview went to a second round. People
Yes,
don't remember
yes,
that.
it did.
So,
It was great.
mhm,
And I really think I got to second round just being personable. Like I tell y'all, personality is key. And even if you just, you're more of a reserved kind of person, you still have personality.
mhm,
So I think my personality really got me to that second level because that's when I got that quantifications question
mhm,
with the manager. But yeah, I did like I think like they gave me a few tasks to complete and I was freaking out like, "I don't know how to do this." And so I'm texting Jazzy like, "What do I do?" But did it. I was ghosted, y'all, for
mhm,
a month. I
mhm,
didn't hear anything. And I
mhm,
even checked out asking Jasmine, like, "Do I need to check in? Like, it's been 2 weeks."
mhm,
And so checked in, they're like, "Okay, don't worry, like, we'll get back to you." After that month, y'all, I'm thinking, "Okay, maybe my, tasks really just settled in their spirit. Maybe, they just need that much time." Y'all, I got that redirection email.
mhm, mhm, mhm,
I was
mhm,
like, "Okay."
mhm,
But luckily, I got another interview after that.
mhm, mhm,
And that's my current job, so that started right on time. But
mhm,
even when I was interviewing for my current job, I still got another interview and I took
mhm,
that one.
mhm,
And they ghosted me anyway. I didn't hear anything
mhm,
back from them. But like that's just the process. Like you have to really kind of baby yourself
mhm,
in this process as far as, keeping the mindset and just kind of not taking internalizing. Oh my gosh.
mhm,
I had to work on not internalizing throughout this entire process.
mhm.
That was my biggest
Talk
issue.
about what that means for people who don't understand what that means.
Like, if I got ghosted, I'm not internalizing that, "Oh my gosh, I'm messed up on my interview. I'm so
Mhm,
horrible at interviews." That's
mhm,
not the mindset. It's like
mhm,
kinda like I said, like, "Oh, they're just taking their time
mhm.
with my task." That's all it is. But even when you get that redirection email, okay, I think I did the very best that I could do in that interview. I'm not going to internalize this, I'm sorry being of the direction email. I'm going to say, okay, thank you, which I did. I sent an email, thank you for your time and thank you for considering me. And we move on. That's it. So you can't kind of stay on these things that, they don't go your way. Cause that's one of the biggest lessons is
Yeah.
everything is not going to go your way,
Yeah.
especially timing.
Yeah. Yeah. Couple things I want to say. So I made a whole podcast episode on ghosting just for y'all because I hear that term so much. So I just dropped it today, actually. But tell me the difference between that company and the company that you have. Did this job that you have right now ghost you?
They did. Yeah.
But the difference. Did they not call you? And I'm just because I really want to put the difference.
Okay.
There are going to be silences. Like it is corporate. It is
Mhm.
not teaching. I think I mentioned in the episode in teaching, like you mentioned, they're either going to tell you got the job or you didn't, but they're going to
Mhm.
tell you. They're not going to not say anything.
Mhm.
In corporate, it does take time. However, yes or you tell me, were they not communicating with you at some part of that journey?
They were. They were. It was just I was overthinking it.
Mhm, mhm,
Yeah, so you guys, I told you I had 5 interviews. All those interviews took over the course for a month. So I
mhm,
was interviewing for a month
mhm,
straight. And
mhm,
so after that month, I got to the very tippy top of the pyramid.
mhm.
After that, it was like, "Okay, you'll hear from us."
Yep.
2 weeks went by, and I'm just complaining to Jasmine like,
Mhm.
"School is about to
Oh,
start.
yeah, when
I
August
have
came
not."
in, Jada was done.
I'm just like, "Oh my god, like, I'm not trying to do this anymore. This
Mhm,
is year
mhm,
6." Remember that
mhm,
timeline, y'all? I told y'all 5 years, I need to be out.
mhm, mhm,
So I'm like, "This
mhm,
is year 6, I'm starting, we're in PD right now. I'm
mhm,
just mad because 'cause I'm in PD, and I'm not supposed to be here right now." And so, y'all, school started. I was a
mhm.
teacher,
She was
starting
done,
my
y'all.
first
When I tell
year.
y'all she was done, she was done. She wasn't even talking to me, said, "Girl, I'm done. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry, babes. I'm stressed. I don't wanna hear no positive, nothing."
And y'all, I'm telling you, I'm thinking, okay, I have not heard anything. I finished in the month with my interviews, 2 weeks, nothing. Then I get a call and I'm like, oh, like, hey, can we talk? And can we talk? Even in real life, can we talk?
Mhm. Like, "What you mean, can we talk?"
And so, recruiter, very, very nice. She's like, you know what? I'm so sorry we're taking a long time. It's the end of our fiscal year. And I'm like, okay, that makes sense. She's
Mhm,
like, it's not a matter of if you are getting the job. We're just waiting to see, how things are fitting. We're ending the year and we will be in touch. So I'm just like, okay, I know I got the job.
mhm.
And even then, I was texting my parents. I'm telling you, I got the job. I got the job. But even then, I was like, Jasmine said, if you don't see that job offer,
Keep applying, keep it pushing.
yes, we not locked in yet. So I'm like, "Okay, girl, thank you for, keeping me updated." School is still going on now. It's been a month into school, and I'm just like, "You know what? I'm happy. It's okay. I mean,
Mhm.
I'm okay with teaching this year. I have a great schedule. The kids are decent. Cool." I got that job offer, y'all, in my email, and I was like, "Oh my god, this is real. This is real." And so I'm just crying, like, when I tell y'all, I mean, it came right at the perfect time. It's like the end of school, the last bell just rang, so I'm walking to my car. I got an email to look at. My notifications are on. So I'm looking at this email. I was like, "Oh my gosh." Yeah, that next day, I went ahead and turned in my resignation letter. I was like, "I know it's been a month into the school year. I'm so sorry, but I have to
I'm
go."
so sorry, babes.
And come to find out, and I mentioned this on the group call, a couple of weeks ago. So it took basically almost 2 months from the time of the interview to get my job offer. I found out after I started working the job, I was able to have direct conversations. It took that long because the job that I originally applied for went to someone else, but they wanted me to work for the company that bad where they created a role for me. So the process of the month and all the extra time was just really finding a fit for me and where I would fit in the overall picture. So that's why it took as long as it did.
So if y'all didn't hear that, they created a job for Jada. That job did not exist, and
Mhm.
they created it for her because of they love Jada that bad. Like,
Yeah.
we need this girl on
Yeah.
our team. We don't know where we gonna put her. We're gonna put her on a team.
Yes.
How'd that feel to hear that they created this job for you?
It felt unreal because I remember even complaining to you about the interviews, like, "I feel like I did horrible. I should have said this. I should talk about this bullet point." To hear that, and I even told, my manager, I was like, "You know what? I felt I did horrible in the interviews, so thank you for this reassurance, like, this is everything." And he was like, "No, you did an extraordinary job during your
Mhm,
interview." It was like, "We
mhm,
were blown away. We wanted you to start immediately. It was the matter of, just giving me just pouring
yeah,
into me." And I'm just like, "Wow, I would have never known
mhm,
that that was on the other side." Because
yeah.
'Cause I'm over here, I'm overthinking
In
it.
your
I'm
head.
just like, yes.
And
And
in your
so
head, and so I'm saying they did not ghost you. How many times did you say that people called you, people messaged you? That's not ghosting. It
yeah,
may it will never be on your time. But
yeah.
you had said things. I'm like, girl, people who are not gonna give you a job are not calling you saying that.
Yes. And yeah, and he like a couple of people that I interviewed with were calling me directly, like kind of giving me coaching as to what they're wanting to know about me for the next
Mhm.
round.
My whole point, I'm driving home. Job that wants you is not gonna ghost you. Point blank. Period.
Yeah.
Like if you're getting, and that's why I go over on that podcast. The right job ain't ghosting you. You literally got a job created for you.
Yeah.
That's one. And another thing I want to drive home, just to reiterate with you, you are phenomenal. I told you that before. I think you are literally a star, and you have
Thank
to validate yourself. I don't want you that being validated with the interviews or job offers. I need you to
you. Mhm.
remember that it was you, like you, your energy, your personality, your knowledge, your hard work got you a job offer. But you also have the ability to get it again. But I want you to see your value in yourself.
Yeah, and
What's
that is
up?
something that you were instilling in me throughout the whole process. And I kind of had to ground myself in that way of like, kind of like what you were saying, like I'm not using their feedback to validate
Right.
me and how amazing I am. I
Yeah.
know I'm completely applying myself. I'm doing the best that I can. And that's one thing, even from our consultation and deciding to follow through with the process, I wanted to give 110% of
Mm,
myself to this
mm,
process, to everything you wanted me to do,
mm,
every step of the way. So it wasn't a what if of like, oh, what if I tried harder? Or what if I did
mm,
this? So Jasmine told me that I should do
mhm,
this kind of thing.
mhm,
It wasn't going to be a result of that. It was going to be a result of
mhm.
timing or, that job just wasn't for me. It wasn't going to be a result of my effort and what I was doing.
Yeah. So what I'm hearing you say is you said, because I talk about timelines, but you said, oh no, I'm getting me a job.
Yeah.
That's what you said. You said I'm getting me a job. I don't know what these people doing. I don't know what they saying, but whatever I'm gonna do it.
Yeah, and it was when I tell y'all, like, I went above and beyond, I even shifted my real life to reflect, like, I'm getting this job, is plan A, no plan B
Mhm.
kinda thing, like, even down to the music I listen to. I created a separate playlist that I would play every day, and these were just songs to keep me uplifted, songs
Tell
to
us
motivate me.
everything. Give me all the
Yeah.
gems. So what are all the things that you did that other teachers can copy and implement that
Yes.
mindset and the strategy that you had? Give us all the things. I'm like, a playlist. I love that. So give us
Yes.
everything.
Yes, and I just called it energy. That's it, because that's the
Mm,
energy that I needed to have throughout this transition. So, I had, like, uplifting things, I had songs specific to money, talking about money, how rich I am,
mm,
all of the things in this playlist. I even made a theme song for myself that I would play every day. If I had an interview, I'm playing that theme song to hype myself up for the interview.
mhm.
Yeah, I feel like I was in a movie because when I got the offer, I even played the song just because. So music and like, like along with putting the work in the process, I realized how important it was to subconsciously program my mindset too with
Mhm,
music. I love music. I listen to it every single day. So I need to make sure I'm feeding my brain the right thing.
mhm,
Affirmations, that's one thing that you really were adamant about. I have
mhm,
affirmations that I was waking as soon as I woke up, I'm repeating the affirmations.
mm.
Before I go to sleep, I'm repeating the affirmations. Before the job interview, I have specific job interview affirmations that I'm just repeating to calm my nerves because I would be shaking.
Ooh, can you
Oh,
share what those are? What were some of those affirmations?
And it would be like a mix. So my regular affirmations would be, I love my job. And I would even speak from the future because you had me write that future letter. So I literally put my letter to ChatGPT and I made affirmations from that.
Mm,
So I love this remote job that I'm in. I'm making six figures, like
mm,
make it specific. I love myself. I'm
mm.
doing the best I can. I love my life.
Yeah,
Like, I'm always grateful, I'm
yeah.
always positive, like, these are things like just regular life. Job affirmations, I don't need to know everything, I just need to explain my impact. I'm
Yeah.
here to talk about something I care about. This is a conversation, not an interview. Like,
Mm,
just affirmations where I'm speaking life into myself, and, words are powerful. So
mm.
those things, it might feel dumb, like repeating it over and over again, but subconsciously you are programming your mind to
It's
believe
only done for the ones who don't get it. The ones who
yeah,
get it know that
powerful.
that is the way that it happens. Like, you have to believe it, and you keep saying it until your body believes it.
Yes.
When you tell the universe, "Oh, I don't think I'm gonna get a job," I tell people, "Yeah, you probably won't. You
Yeah, you
probably won't
can't
if you
yeah.
keep telling the universe that."
And that was another thing, like, I this job is mine, I claim this job, my
Mhm.
body is healthy, so I'm taking care of myself. Like, all of these things, I'm just pouring into myself in my free time. Even, like, my off day
Mhm.
with the kids testing, I'm taking a break from interview questions in my head, I'm doing affirmations. I'm
Yes.
just thinking of different ways to pour into myself to keep my spirits high because it is a tiring process. You're
Yeah.
going to get burnt out if you're not taking care of yourself and really pouring into yourself as well. And so I really, really
Mm.
took that seriously.
Yes. What else? What else do you wanna say of what you were able to do to really make this happen? Like, any other thoughts or secret tips that of, like, how you were able to do this? And I really this is for all the teachers listening to this, like, okay, like, I'm listening because you saw other people,
Mhm,
but then you came at your own story, but, like, how can people see that what you're doing is actually real and possible for them as teachers that have only had their master's degrees
mhm.
or bachelor's degrees in education? They've never done anything else besides teach, but they wanna do another job, but they just don't believe it's possible for them.
Do it scared.
Mm.
I was terrified from the time I started to the
Mhm.
time I even got this job, terrified. But
Mhm.
I knew with myself I knew I was ready to go from teaching by year 3, like I told you guys. I knew that if I set this pace for myself, okay, year 5, I want to do something different. If I'm not putting in any effort, I'm going to resent myself
Mm.
for not at least giving myself that chance. And if this is something that I'm going to do, I have to force myself to do it. And you guys know in real life, it's some things that you're not going to want to do, but you know you have to do it, such as
Mm.
getting up and going to work, going
Mm.
to teach.
Right.
Those days where you don't feel like getting out of their bed, but you do it anyway, you can do
Yeah.
that for teaching. Why can't you do that when it comes to investing in yourself?
Clock that T. Clock that T. 'Cause I think another thing, 'cause I'm just thinking about all the things I hear from people. When it comes to, like, the having the time, it just sounded like you said you just made the time,
Mhm.
you just made it work.
Yeah, you have to make it work for you because, I mean, as teachers, we don't have any time for anything in general.
Mhm.
Even when you want to watch your TV show at the end of the night, you have to make time for that, and you know that
Mm.
there's certain things that you have to move around, so you will have to move things around, and it doesn't have to be exhausting. I
Mm.
mean, it's gonna feel
Yeah.
exhausting mentally because it's something
Mm.
different. It's something new, and you don't know what's on the other side.
Yes.
But that's all down to mindset and
Yes.
shifting their mindset, but make it work for you.
Yes.
And if you especially if you don't have a timeline, like I was really, really aggressive. Like I want a job in
Mhm.
6 months. I
Mhm.
was like, that's what I want.
Yep.
But if you are just wanting to leave the classroom and you just want to leave, that's even more flexibility to make it work for yourself.
Mhm.
Like
Mhm.
you're not on a timeline at
Right.
all.
Yep. And timelines are all made up. You make
Yeah.
up your own timeline. They're all made up. They're all made up. But most teachers are on a timeline, but
Mhm,
they are not doing the same work. And this is not
mhm,
to shade any of them, but it's like, what do you say to those people who have the same timeline as you? Like, oh, I'm not trying to go back by August. And maybe it did not take them 6 months, maybe it took them a little longer. What advice do you have for them? Because even you still went into the classroom on
oh,
August.
yeah.
You still went. So,
Yeah.
what advice do you have for them as far as like what advice do you have for them as far as like because they can still get a job, like it's not going nowhere. Like the just to let y'all know the job market is not that bad that people
Yeah.
think it is. My clients, I'm coaching y'all on interviews every single week. That whole interview mastery vault, you didn't even see the mastery vault. That was born after all y'all interviews in the summer. I'm like, okay, I need to give y'all this, and
Yeah,
all
the
that.
best.
But what advice do you have for those who are it's taking them longer? Like, what advice do you have for and it could be for different reasons.
Mhm.
They're not putting in the work or, like, what advice do you have for them as maybe for the work required? Like, anything you wanna say for the teacher who did not get it on their timeline.
Yeah, I think regardless of the reason, get rid of the timeline.
Mm,
Because it seemed that when I stopped stressing about the timeline, I even found my own happiness going back for my 6th year. Like, I'm telling y'all, I was super happy. Like, I could have taught a whole nother year and I would have been happy because I found happiness in life, in what I'm doing. You have to have that happiness for yourself. So
mm,
whether you're having to go back into the classroom, find some kind of happiness.
mm,
Find something to hold on to. But it seemed like I mean, I'm not the magic wand, you don't got the magic wand either, but it seemed like as soon as I let go of that timeline, that's when I got the job offer.
mhm,
And it's crazy because when I got that job offer, I was so happy with life and happy with my, role, like my teaching thing. It was bittersweet. I cried leaving
yeah,
school
yeah,
because I was genuinely happy. Like I really attributed to those affirmations and the playlist.
mhm,
I genuinely was happy in life, whether I got a new job in a month or if I had to go back to teaching. I was going
mhm,
to be happy regardless.
yeah,
So overall, get rid of the timeline because it
yeah,
might be what you need to let it go so it
mm,
comes to you naturally.
So, did you believe that you were getting a job?
Oh yeah.
Okay, so I think that's what it is. You believe that you're getting a job no matter if it came that year, next year. Again, you said it ain't gonna be 10 years because I'm
Yeah.
getting
Yeah. I knew that.
you believed in your core that you were getting a job.
Oh yeah, I believed it 100%. And when I got rid of the timeline, I stopped hyper focusing on the win.
Mhm,
The point is to leave the classroom and to
mhm,
get another job outside of the classroom. So that was a reality for me. So it really didn't matter the win. It just
right.
mattered the, I guess, core of it. Like this is going to happen.
How did you pull yourself out? Because people may think, okay, you seem really positive. We know that you had moments, and I was
Oh,
there on moments. How did you pull yourself out of those moments? And it could be all the affirmations again, but just like to speak to the person of, okay, but like I've done all that stuff, but like it's still not working, or I just had it, I just cannot get out of this hole. Like, what advice do you have for that person?
yeah, I know I sound positive, y'all, but yeah, she is not. I was going through it. And when my main advice for that is ride the wave
Mm,
because there were times where I was super positive about getting this job. I felt really good about this application. I finished my portfolio, so I attached my portfolio to the
yeah.
application. I know I'm gonna get this back. I had those moments, and then I had those moments of like, can I really do this?
Mm,
Why am I leaving the classroom? I know what to expect. I
mm,
know my colleagues. I'm very comfortable here. Why
mm,
am I doing this? I feel like this is a waste of time. Like I had those moments too. And
mm,
it's important to feel those moments. If you have to cry, cry. If
mm,
you have to literally slam your laptop shut because you're just so irritated with LinkedIn, ain't nothing showing up, do that. Feel your feelings,
yeah.
ride the wave. When you feel positive, live in that. When you are feeling negative and down, feel it, but don't live in it. That very
Mm,
next moment, find something, find some positivity. If you need to get some ice cream and have a cheat day, do that.
mm,
You
mm.
have to be graceful with yourself and really just love on yourself throughout this entire thing because it's gonna be highs and lows equally.
Yes, I love this. Oh my gosh, you are amazing. I didn't even know you're gonna come in here and say all this stuff. Oh my gosh. Okay. So let me think. So last thing, that portfolio. So tell us a little bit about one more thing about that portfolio. Like, how did you use it in this journey? And why are you so happy that you did it?
I'm so happy that I did it because instead of thinking of it as something like, oh, this is just another thing to do for this process, is it going to help me? Because I did start off with that mindset.
Hmm.
This is going to help me stand out from others. But eventually, as I started to go through the process, it shifted into this might be a reference for when I actually get the job. I can look back on my ideas that I had. Like, even with the demo video or, like, this implementation process, I can look back on
Mhm.
these ideas that I had. Playbook.
Yep.
I've already looked back at that and my ideas that I've had, and I'm already in the job that
Yep.
I'm in. And
Yep.
so it kind of transitioned into, like, okay, this is something I can use for maybe not the rest of my life, but, at least when I land this job that I know I'm going to get,
Yeah. Yep.
I have this reference. I can go back because this is the playbook, like, this is the key.
Yep.
This is my little training, and so, that was the mindset that I had to kinda transition to, but also still adding it to applications. Like, when I tell y'all, I got the interview for my current job. The recruiter I attached my portfolio to the application. The recruiter watched my video. She brought it up during the interview. She's like,
Yep.
"I watched your video. I really like the way that you went through things." And I'll tell y'all, it was a 5-minute video. 5-minute video. I'm just going through a tech platform
Mhm.
that I already use while teaching. So I know everything about this platform. So I'm just going through, I'm just showing what I used when I was teaching. And
Yeah.
so that little 5-minute video pushed me to the next round of, like, okay, let
Mhm.
me have this interview with her. And I secured that job.
Yes. So another thing I'm thinking, like, so one, that's amazing. Like, when you said, because you came on there and said that portfolio got you an interview, and then you got a job created for you. So I
Yes.
was like, oh my gosh, this girl is super amazing. Another thought that I had, so for those teachers that don't have the experience, because like you have done a lot of training informally, formally, but like
Mhm.
for those teachers who have not ever, like, this is a good one. For those teachers who have not ever trained anyone, because I have a lot of people say, "Oh, I haven't really trained anybody on anything. I haven't really," and I think you had a little memo on that too, like, "Oh, I haven't really done that much." I'm like,
Yeah.
girl, you are doing it. The portfolio gives you the opportunity to have the experience. Because
Mhm.
again, that demo video, that was not an actual demo video that you have done in your classroom. It was you putting that camera on and doing a demo. So talk to those teachers who feel like they don't have the experience to do the job, like, talk to those people for, like, with the portfolio being like that way to get the experience. And even if the people are not doing the portfolio, what's your thought process of, I have not done this job before, but I believe I'm capable of doing this job. Talk about that.
You can learn anything.
Mm,
Even like when I tell you can learn anything, and that even has even more strength as teachers. When have you been teaching during fourth period, maybe the period right before lunch, and you have two new students they're walking these two new students in, and you're having to switch gears and be like, okay, where are you from? Okay, do you know this? Okay, I'm gonna give you this. You already are equipped to think on your feet and learn quickly. It's nothing different from what you do every single day. And as a matter
mm,
of fact, it's going to feel easy for you because a lot of these things are low impact.
mm,
So in the classroom, I feel like, and I was thinking about this the other day, I had to juggle 50 thoughts, 50 things every single day.
mm,
If you think that you are not equipped or you're not prepared, it's understandable because I know as teachers, we're just like, I have to have this plan, but you can do anything. I promise you. You can
mm,
learn anything, and even with the portfolio, with the demo, if you've never trained, which I never officially trained, but you've had to take let's say you have a Chromebook, my district had Chromebooks. You've had plenty of times where you had to get to that student and show them, "Hey, click on this, scroll down, do this." It's
mhm,
the same exact thing, except you're
mhm,
gonna be talking to adults, but should be easier because,
mhm.
kids are just like, "What'd you say again?
Yep.
I don't know," kinda it's
And you
easier.
train people. I tell people, if someone asks you to log in, a new teacher, you have trained people. You all
Yes.
just don't get the credit for it.
Mhm.
That's it. You all don't get the credit for it. I always say any teacher can be a principal. They can, because they probably know a little bit more than the principals in the classroom. So
Mhm.
you have to give yourself the credit. Like, and if you keep saying, "Well, I don't think I can do this," you won't. But like, give yourself the credit, because you say that you have not done a formal training. Yes, you have. It has just not. They just have not given you an award. You have to give yourself the award.
And even then, how many times do you have a coworker that didn't know how to do this one thing and you went in and you showed them or you maybe sent them something to help them, you just trained.
Exactly. That is training. So don't even tell yourself that you have not formally trained. You have trained. You, Jada, have trained people. You have.
Mhm.
And what you said about the portfolio, a lot of people use the portfolio as their job training. It's the first year of job training. Like, even with the people in sales, one girl, she was
Yeah.
like, "Oh, I don't know how to do my tarot. She said, "Oh, let me just go to my portfolio." Oh,
Yeah.
so it is there for you to help. Yes. Okay. So let's talk about post life. So you're in your new job. Tell us how life is on the other side. Talk about that.
Yeah, on the other side, it is great. It's amazing. I really love the flexibility. Like, that is what is standing out to me. I was talking to some of my colleagues because we're luckily my company, we're most of us are former teachers, former educators, former administrators. So we all kind of relate on the past trauma, if you could say.
Yep.
But
PTSD.
one of the things that I realized, y'all, is how much I actually go to the bathroom naturally. Like,
Mm,
just the small things like that of like, okay, I can go to the bathroom anytime I want to.
mhm,
And so instead of like, I'm having to run in between class periods to go to the bathroom, it's crazy how much I naturally go. It's crazy how much I'm actually allowed to rest mentally. Like, the flexibility is crazy. I had a dentist appointment yesterday. I
mm.
just went to the dentist appointment and came back
Yes.
and just started working. I'm just like,
Yes.
wow, I would have had to schedule a half day just to get to that appointment and then come back.
Mhm.
And yeah, that's number 1, flexibility. And I do love working with adults.
Yes.
It's I feel like I'm a person with a lot of patience, but I feel like I was kind of forced into that working with kids.
Mhm.
Working with adults, I just feel so grown. Like, I don't know.
Yep, you grown. Mhm, mhm.
I feel so grown.
Yes.
And it's just amazing. Oh, the hour lunches, y'all.
Mhm.
You can even take a longer lunch if you want to. I just like to myself. But
Day if you want. You can lunch all day if you want to.
yes,
Mhm,
I like it's great, but I will also be very transparent. It's still a transition too. The hard work did not end when
mhm.
I got that job offer and when I
Problem is solved. My high achievers love to find another problem to have.
but it's still a chance, like, you're still learning, and so that's something to also prepare for where it's like, I'm getting this job, my hard work does not end. I'm
Mhm.
still learning. I still wanna be a star in this role too, so I'm gonna, really
Yes.
apply myself and really learn these things, and so it's really nice. I would say, yeah, my whole life has definitely changed. My actually attitude, I
Yeah.
felt like I could not really pour into myself on a daily basis, but I was still expected to pour into others regardless of anything, regardless of anything. And so it's just nice being able to just pour into myself. I have like 2 different hobbies that I'm doing now
I
that I
love
would have never had time to do while I was teaching.
it. What are your hobbies? I'm nosy.
Yeah, okay, so fun fact about me, I've been documenting my life since I was 15 through journaling. So I'm about to be 30 very, very soon. So I have 15 years of my life's evolution
I
in
love
writing.
it.
So I love that. I'm still journaling, I'm still doing those things, but my new hobby is also doing that for my parents.
I
So, I'm in the process and I just did their first little interview yesterday,
love
but, just kinda getting their life story from birth to where they are now, talking about, how were they as kids and parenthood and things like that, because I think it's very important to have these things when, our people are not here anymore. You want to have these intimate memories, and
it.
so
Mhm.
that's something I really prioritize. I also started playing Sims again.
Yeah, I love it.
It's been a decade. It's been a decade since I played Sims. I started playing Sims again, y'all. I
How
was
can
like,
you know
"Wow."
that you're doing well in life if you have time to play The Sims?
Yes!
Love it.
I would get up from this desk right now and play Sims for, like, 30 minutes and get back to work. Literally. Literally.
I love The Sims. Oh my gosh, now you're gonna make me download it. Gosh, I love The Sims. I played I don't know if you ever played Roller Coaster Tycoon? That's my game. I was running a
Okay.
theme park. That's why I go to theme parks now. I was a roller coaster tycoon entrepreneur. But
Oh,
you have hobbies now. You're
yes.
documenting. I love this.
Yeah, I have so much time, I literally don't know what to do with myself. I
Mm,
get bored on a daily basis.
I love it. The gift of boredom.
Yes. Yes. It's so crazy, like, I feel like I trauma bonded so hard. Like, it's just me, it's just quiet. For the first month or so, I needed chaos. I needed that because 'cause I'm
Yeah.
so used to it. I'm so used to
Yeah.
distant voices, Someone's
Mm.
asked me to do something, I'm gonna have to plan for this, I have to do this lesson, I
Mm.
have to go to this meeting at the end of the day, don't forget that. Like, my
Yeah.
mind is so quiet,
I love
and it's
that.
different.
That
I'm
is
having to adjust
normal,
it.
what so chaos as a norm is what teachers experience on a day-to-day basis. That's why you have PTSD where like, "Okay, no one needs me. I can go
Yeah,
after their lunch. I can go to the bathroom. I don't
yeah.
have to tell you that I'm going to the bathroom." Like,
It's an adjustment.
yes.
When I think I'm still
You adjusting?
adjusting,
Yeah. Mhm.
like but it's a good adjustment. It's like it's nice where it's like, "Okay, I've never experienced this."
Yeah.
Like, I did teaching for 5 years,
Yeah.
and, like, I'm a baby teacher, whatever, but 5 years is a long time, like,
You're a
to
baby teacher making big money though. You're not a baby teacher
Yes,
no more. Okay.
absolutely.
Okay. I'm just a baby teacher, but guess what? I'm making big money. You making big
Absolutely.
money?
Absolutely.
I love it.
Oh, and I love that too. I meant to mention that. I now have the time to go on vacation. I'm turning 30. I'm going to Thailand for a week. And I don't have to move days around. I don't have to plan for anything. I'm just leaving. I'm gonna be out for a week, and I still have plenty of PTO to use after that week.
So you are literally living your life.
Yes.
So was the hard
Agree.
work worth it?
Oh, absolutely. I wouldn't take any of the hard work, the tears, the frustration, the celebrations back for anything. Like this is such an impactful journey, and it's made me feel even if I decide in a year I don't want to do this role anymore, I know that this journey prepared me to get any role that I want. Any role that I
Right,
want.
sell your skills. You're in the category of you can sell ice to people in Antarctica. We do it too. When you learn how to sell ice to people in Antarctica, and what I mean by that is like, "Oh, you want this? Oh, yeah, this is
Yeah,
how I do this role."
I did that a lot during the interview.
Yes.
I'm picking up that this is what you want to hear, so yeah, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna say these things. Yeah.
You're able to pivot quickly, think on your feet. That when you had explained that to me, like, "Oh, they were saying this," I was like, "Oh, yeah, she getting her job over fast."
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to add that into my framework. You need to sell ice to people in Iceland. You need to be able to sell ice to people in Antarctica, whichever one it is. Okay, give us some last words for the people. Anything that you wanna say for people who are watching this, who are either in the journey process, thinking about leaving, all the things. What words of wisdom do you have for the people?
If you're thinking about leaving, you're already there.
Mm,
The even having the thought of maybe I don't need to do this anymore, you've already taken your first steps.
mm,
So just take a few more steps, immerse yourself in the journey, and find what you're looking for because I guarantee you that if you have that thought, you already planted that seed.
mm,
And if you go years and years of not acting on it, you are going to resent yourself. And
mm.
it's going to be like, what if I would have actually done something about that thought that I had all those years ago or all those months ago?
Yes,
Do it scared.
yes,
You're really going to prove to yourself and show yourself by doing it scared how powerful you really are because
yes,
we tend to get really comfortable as teachers. We know what to expect. We know we have our systems. But what can you really do when you step outside of it and see your true power
yes.
and see a built power? Because this you're gonna build so many skills, so much power throughout this journey, y'all. Like my life alone has changed with my job transition, but also my mindset and my way of living and just operating. Just with doing this and doing it scared and terrified,
Mhm.
I really feel like I developed a new sense of respect and love for myself.
I love that. Well, I have to say, I am very proud of you. Like, I am
Thank
so
you.
proud of you. I remember from you in your classroom, "What? Orientation plan? Okay, I'll do it." I remember you saying yes, so I'm proud of you for saying yes. I'm proud of you for saying yes while crying. And listen, when you were going through it, I was like, "I know this baby going through it, but I'm getting a job offer. I know she's getting it." When you told me that recruiter called and asked you that, well, question, I was like, "Oh, she getting the job. She's gotta go through it for a little bit longer." But I
Yeah.
you were getting it because you decided that you would, and I literally am so proud of you.
Thank you so
Like,
much.
you're
I appreciate it.
inspiring so many people.
Well, I thank you for your leadership because it was times where I'm just like, I think I'm done with this. And I got on the call and you were like, girl, get yourself together. You got it. I don't know what you thinking. You tripping. I don't know what you got going on, but yeah, that was you. So you definitely pushed me in those moments that I needed it. Cause yeah, it was times where I'm just like, Jasmine, I
I
need
know those exact moments. I'm like, if I send you a little voice message, I'm like, "Jada,
Yeah.
you're going through this, and they're going through that, but you're gonna be alright, boo. You're gonna be alright."
Yes.
Yes! Well, thank you for blessing us, and I hope you have an amazing time in Thailand.
Thank you for having me.
No problem, girl.